first, he's talking shit to you. He's just dodging the punches. Second round, he starts touching you here and there. Third round, he kills you. So his conditioning above all, and then his mentality.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Marcos Villegas here in Los Angeles, being joined with Jose Chepeda, who's taking on Regis Prograis coming up November 26th on pay-per-view to be WBC champion of the world at 140 pounds. That must be exciting for you, given the fights that you've had in the past. But just overall, when you were going face-to-face with the man, what were your initial thoughts of Regis and his composure?
No, I mean, I already know about him being a great fighter, a good fighter, and it's just what I thought is just it's the time's coming. It's getting closer. It's for real. So this is gonna be. I've been saying it. This is gonna be hell, man. This fight is gonna be a really good one. I think all boxing fans know that, and it just shows that it's getting closer, man. It's soon. It can't be here soon enough.
Why do you feel it's going to be hell? Like, why do you feel it's going to be that type of fight, like a blood and guts type fight?
Because it is a top 240 pounders. It is number one against number two, and we don't get to see that. Like I've been saying, we don't get to see that in boxing a lot. We usually see the champion fighting the guy number 5, number 10, number 12 in the rankings, and it is rare when you see a fight like that. When I fought Ivan Baranchyk, fight of the year, I was number 3 and he was number 4. That's why I could tell you, like, when the fight's even, it gives a great fight. Add that it's a belt, the WBC belt. It's a life-changing. Whoever wins this fight is going to be on the top of 140 pounds. So it's a fight that we both need. We are 33 years old, our prime. So this is a fight that both of us need, and we're gonna go in there, and I don't think we're gonna give hell in there.
I just want to know, just a fan of me. I remember seeing you at the WBC convention, and you ran into Floyd, and you told Floyd, like, "Hey, I helped you prepare for Pacquiao. I was your sparring." Let me know how is that sparring? How is it sparring Floyd, man?
That's a whole experience, man. It's a great experience. This guy, he's talented, and like he says, he's God gifted. I seen it with my own eyes, what he does inside the ring, in sparring, in training. I mean, every day he's ready to work. That is crazy. I mean, I've been in this for 10 years, and we have some bad days. That guy has no bad day. Every day it's great for him. He trains hard, and he's a great athlete, man. He's one of a kind, I believe.
Like, what made him so difficult, or what made him so good, like, in there? Like, can you describe, like, how is he able to control people in there?
Look, he's conditioning mainly. That's like a 60%, 70%. He's conditioning. It's just above everybody else. So he has talent. He can move. He can make you miss, and he's just waiting for you to get tired. And he does 3 rounds. 10-minute rounds, usually 10-minute rounds. Sometimes no break in between. It depends how he's feeling. And like I say, at first he's talking shit to you. He's just dodging the punches. Second round, he starts touching you here and there. Third round, he kills you. So his conditioning above all, and then his mentality. He knows that he's the best, and he's one of a kind, man.
And when you look at 140 pounds, it's getting stacked up right now. Taylor was the undisputed champion. He vacated some of the belts. That's why you're fighting for this one belt in particular. But you're seeing new entrants now. Teofimo moved up to 140 pounds. Ryan Garcia said if he can't get this tank fight, he's going to 140 pounds. We expect the guys at 135 moving up to 140 pounds. What do you make of those challenges coming up, and in particular, Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia?
All these guys are very good fighters, and they have more clout than anybody else. So these are good fights, spectacular fights, because a lot of people they have a lot of following. And yeah, I eventually I knew all of those guys at 135 they're gonna move up because they're big guys, they're huge guys. So I don't know how they make 130, 135, but it's gonna be the 140 pounds is gonna be an exciting division in next year. Not even that long. Next year is going to be a great division. It's going to be the hottest one, I believe. That's why it's so important to get this belt.
How do you think your power changes things with those opponents at 140 pounds?
Oh, there's the difference. Trust me. I know 5 pounds don't seem like a lot, but it makes a difference. We already saw this guy, Teofimo Lopez. He fought a guy, Ocampo. He fought a guy that the commission, I was supposed to fight Ocampo last year. Everything was set, and the commission didn't allow it because they said it was too dangerous for Ocampo. Ocampo was number 60-something in the world. I was number 2 or 3, and the commission didn't allow it. So it's funny how now this guy, Teofimo Lopez, he fights him, and he goes all the way to number 2 or number 3 in the rankings when they didn't even let me fight him because it was too dangerous for him. So I know those guys are coming up, and like I said, they have a lot of people behind them. They have a lot of fans, but I'm gonna truly respect the rankings. I'm gonna fight whoever's next, and I'm not gonna pass through that because I went through that. I needed to work through the ladder, and that's how I got my chance. So I'm gonna give the opportunity to the guys that are there first, the rankings.
Do you think it's fair though?
No, 100% is not.
Why do you think it was done for him and not for you?
That's not a question for me. I don't think. With what I'm telling you, that happened, I think anybody can see that it was not fair. Why that happened? I don't know. Everything was set, and all of a sudden the commission calls. It was Las Vegas commission said, you know what? This fight we're not gonna allow it. This is too dangerous for Campo, and it's not gonna happen. So I ended up fighting somebody else last minute. And the guy that's been 2-time world champion, you know, he gets to fight him, and he moves up to number 2 in the rankings.
Could be a future fight given his rankings, and you could be a world champion. How would you match up with him?
Great. I think, like I say, they're not bad. I mean, these guys are not bad, but just he's a good fighter, and it could be a really, really great fighter here in LA. Once I'm champions, I'm gonna dictate where we're fighting and everything. So I've been wanting to do that for the longest. I've been here in 10 years, and if everything goes good, the 26, I'm going to be able to do all of that.
When you look at your skills, what you bring to the table, and his skills, what he brings to the table on paper, who has the advantage?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. I have 32 fights with 27 KOs. He has, I think, 26 fights with 23 KOs, 27. So both of us have knockout power. Resume-wise, I mean, both of us have fought the very best. I fought Ivan Baranchyk. I fought Jose Ramirez, Pedraza, and he's fought Taylor. Besides that, I don't know who else has he fought. I haven't checked, but this is a really even fight, and that's what it makes it interesting.
When you look at his power, and that's something he's really known for, he has a different type of power. He's a natural power puncher. How do you gauge his power compared to yours?
I wouldn't be able to tell you. Both of us have power, and it's gonna be interesting to know how it turns out in November 26th. You're gonna have to tune in, man, because that's where we're gonna be able to say, all right, this way was different. That's just how it was different. I can't tell you right now exactly.
Do you think, given that you guys both like to come forward, you guys like to mix it up, and you guys are power punchers at the fight, does it go the distance, or you're fairly confident that like someone's gonna get stopped in this fight at some point or get dropped?
What I could tell you is that there's gonna be knockouts. There's gonna knockdowns. There's gonna be knockdowns. You guys seen what I'm able to do in a fight of the year. I can get up, and I believe he's the type that he'll get up too. Because you can also see a fighter just on his look that he's tough or not, and he's a tough fighter. You can see he's a tough fighter. So definitely, I believe there's gonna be knockdowns. Who knows if we go to distance or not? But both of us are giving our all, and that's why I truly believe it's gonna be hell.
Given the knockout that you had against Jose Vargas, it's been a year since you've been in the ring. What happened? What's taken so long to get you back in the ring?
Well, we've been waiting for the WBC for like 2 or 3 years, and they've been giving me new opponents, new opponents. I was doing this fights 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I earned the fight for the WBC, but they kept giving me other opponents, and I kept taking them till I said, "Hey, I'm either fighting for the WBC or I'm not fighting at all." So that's how that's why the year of not fighting.
So you wanted your crack, your guaranteed crack at the title.
Yeah, I mean, I was waiting for 2 3 years, and I kept fighting, like Jose Vargas. That fight I wasn't even supposed to do it, and then the other previous fight, but I wanted to stay active till I say, hey, that's it. Like now I want my WBC shot.
Yeah, I meant
Promise.
I mentioned that because you had a lot of momentum after the knockout, like because of the way you knocked him out, the memes that came out of it, and the reaction. You had a lot of momentum, and I feel like it kind of like went down because you waited a little longer to get this title shot.
Yeah, it was either I had to do something, so I decided to wait for the belt, which I think at the end it came out good. I mean, if this fight would have been done maybe closer to that other fight, it would have been great. But like you say, it didn't went out down a little bit. But finally, I'm going for the WBC champion, and I'm gonna try to not let the people forget about my fight with Jose Vargas, so it could be hyped.
Speaking of that, did you see the, I don't know if it was a family member or like a fan after the knockout, he had a very emotional reaction. I think he was crying. Did you see those memes that came from that?
Yes, it was really funny because that was actually the guy that was almost talking the most, man. I remember that guy, even in the weigh-ins, he was making some with his hand, some signs that he had a gun and he was shooting it. It was really funny. And then when you see him cry, I mean, now everything has passed. I mean, I don't hold any grudges towards none of them. So it was just really funny. And yeah, I seen the memes every time. Actually, every time Josue Vargas posts something, I'm like the first one to see it because I get tagged a lot. So I'm like, okay, oh man, Jose Vargas put something. Sorry.
I heard some crazy stuff after the fight, and I know you spoke about it, but that you were getting like threats and you guys were worried about your safety.
Yeah, there was people from his team. I don't know if it was family or just fans. There was people from his team though, and after we went back to the hotel, and we almost getting a fight. I remember there was some punches thrown. Actually, I have some friends right here that threw some punches, but there was a lot of them, and thank God everything was good after that. And then at 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, we're supposed to take the plane, and we heard there were some people down there waiting for us. So we needed to go out through another exit. Yeah.
Have you had a chance to speak to Josue like since the fight? And just, I know there's been time the temperatures cooled down, but you have a chance to talk to him about all that?
Yeah, I believe he called me like 2 3 weeks after the fight, and he apologized about everything, so it's good.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, he was cool.
What do you make of how he's looked recently? It hasn't gone too well for him.
No, it hasn't. And I really hope for him that he could pick it up. I mean, he's really young, and I really hope he gets there. You know, he gets to that level. He trains hard enough so he can come back in a winning strike. I really hope the best for him.
Jose, good chatting with you. Thank you so much. This man right here challenging for the 140-pound world title for the WBC against Regis. Prograis coming up November 26th on pay-per-view. Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.